Today, listen with your heart, because what I'm about to share may change your home forever. These are 6 dangerous items that many people keep without realizing they invite shaitan and negativity into their lives. Let's begin before it's too late. 1. Pictures or statues of living beings. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, clearly warned us that the angels do not enter a house in which there are pictures or statues. Sahih al-Bukhari. This is not just a simple statement, it's a deep reminder about what we allow to exist in the sacred space of our homes. Angels bring blessings, protection, and peace. When they stay away, that emptiness is not empty, it becomes a space where shaitan feels comfortable. And when shaitan feels comfortable, restlessness, arguments, sadness, and tension begin to spread in that home without anyone realizing why. Many people decorate their walls with portraits of family members, celebrities, or paintings of living creatures because they think it looks modern or beautiful. Some even collect figurines or statues for decoration, animals, humans, angels, or idols, not realizing that these are objects the Prophet, peace be upon him, told us to avoid. Islam is not against art or beauty, but it reminds us that true beauty is what invites the mercy of Allah, not what drives it away. When you hang a picture or keep a statue, you may feel it's harmless, but spiritually it can block barakah. Angels who bring tranquility and divine protection avoid that place. Over time, you might start feeling unexplained heaviness, arguments increase, or your home starts losing its peaceful atmosphere. This is how darkness enters quietly. The solution is simple but powerful. Cleanse your home from every image that shows faces or complete bodies of humans or animals. Take down posters, framed photos, and decorative figurines. Don't feel guilty for removing them. You are not destroying memories. You are protecting your soul. If you want to fill your walls, replace them with verses from the Quran, calligraphy of Allah's names, or scenic art without living beings. Once you make this change, you'll feel it. The air feels lighter, your heart feels calmer, and even your prayers at home feel more peaceful. That is the sign that angels have returned. A home filled with remembrance of Allah shines from the inside, and no evil, no shaitan can ever find peace in such a place. To unused or forgotten mirrors facing beds. My dear brothers and sisters, a mirror may seem like a simple household item, something we use to get ready, fix our clothes, or decorate our rooms. But in Islam and in many spiritual teachings, mirrors hold a special sensitivity. They reflect not only your image, but also the unseen energy within a room. That's why many scholars and wise elders have advised us to be careful about where we place mirrors, especially in our bedrooms. A mirror that faces your bed directly can disturb your rest and even affect your peace of mind. The night is a time when humans rest and the unseen world becomes more active. The jinn, as mentioned in the Quran, are beings that live among us, but in a realm we cannot see. They are curious and can attach themselves to objects that reflect or capture light like mirrors. When you sleep, your soul partially departs your body, and during that vulnerable state, a mirror facing you can act like an open window, reflecting energies that should remain still. Many people complain of feeling watched while sleeping, having nightmares, or sensing an invisible presence in the room. Often they ignore the spiritual cause, the mirror that faces their bed. It's not superstition, it's awareness. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, taught us to seek protection before sleep, to recite Ayatul Kursi, and to cover things that could disturb our rest. A mirror uncovered and facing you may be one of those things. So what should you do? It's simple. Before you sleep, cover your mirrors with a cloth or reposition them so they don't reflect you while you're lying in bed. This small act of care is not fear, it's wisdom. It protects your mind from unnecessary disturbance and your home from unseen negativity. And always remember, protection doesn't come from moving objects alone, it comes from remembrance of Allah. Recite the last 2 verses of Surah Al-Baqarah, Surah Al-Falaq, and Surah Al-Nas before sleeping. Blow over yourself and your family. When you combine physical awareness with spiritual protection, you create an environment where angels feel welcome and Shaitan feels unwelcome. Try this for a few nights. Cover that mirror, recite your adhkar, and then sleep. You'll feel a new kind of calmness descend upon you. Your sleep will deepen, your dreams will lighten, and your heart will rest, because peace, my brothers and sisters, begins not just in the heart, but also in the space you create for your soul to rest in. 3. Talismans, charms, and fake protection, amulets. My beloved brothers and sisters, one of the greatest tricks of Shaitan is convincing people that something other than Allah can protect them. That's why many Muslims, out of fear or desperation, begin to hang or wear objects believing they will bring protection, luck, or blessings. These items, talismans, black threads, bracelets, small pouches, or written papers hung on doors or inside cars, are commonly found in many homes today. But what most people don't realize is that these objects don't protect you from evil, they invite it. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, whoever wears an amulet has committed shirk. Ahmad Hassan. Shirk means associating partners with Allah, and it is the greatest sin a person can fall into. When you wear or keep something thinking this will save me from harm, you are unknowingly giving that object a power only Allah possesses. Even if you say, I believe in Allah, but this just helps, the danger still remains, because help comes only from the Creator, not from His creation. Some people keep spiritual objects given by fortune tellers, fake healers, or even relatives who claim they're written with Quranic verses. But the truth is, many of these papers contain strange symbols, numbers, or names of jinn. People hang them on walls, place them in wallets, bury them under the doorstep, or wear them around their necks thinking they bring safety. Yet what happens? Fear increases, sleepless nights begin, arguments rise, barakah disappears, because instead of trusting Allah completely, they have unknowingly trusted an object that opens the door for Shaitan. Real protection doesn't come from strings, metals, or papers. It comes from dhikr, remembrance of Allah. If you want to protect your home, recite Ayatul Kursi every morning and night. Read Surah Al-Baqarah in your home, for the Prophet ﷺ said, Shaitan runs away from the house in which Surah Al-Baqarah is recited. Muslim, these are not just rituals, they are shields of light, stronger than any charm you could ever wear. If you have any of these items in your home, don't panic, remove them calmly. Don't throw them in the trash. Wrap them carefully and burn them safely, or bury them far away. Do it with the intention of cleansing your home and heart from anything that displeases Allah. And then renew your tawakkul, trust in Him. Say sincerely, Hasbi Allahu la ilaha illa huwa, Allah is sufficient for me, there is no God but Him. When you do this, you'll feel lighter. The unease that lingered in your home will vanish. Peace will return, and you'll realize something powerful. You never needed any object to protect you. You only needed Allah. Because the one who holds tight to Allah's remembrance walks in light, and the one who trusts objects walks in shadows. Choose the light. 4. Music instruments and evil symbolic objects. My brothers and sisters, sometimes the darkness that settles in our homes doesn't come from what we say or do, it comes from what we allow to remain there. One of the most powerful ways Shaitan influences a person's heart is through sounds, symbols, and objects that carry meanings far from the remembrance of Allah. Music instruments, masks, statues, or any object tied to immorality, rebellion, or dark symbolism can quietly poison the spiritual peace of your home. What seems harmless at first, a guitar, a drum, a decorative mask, or a painting with hidden symbols, can actually create a space where the remembrance of Allah becomes rare and the whisper of Shaitan grows louder. Let's be clear, Islam doesn't condemn beauty or creativity, but beauty, when disconnected from faith, turns into a distraction. When you fill your home with sounds and objects that glorify the ego, sin, or rebellion, you invite the same energy those things represent. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, warned that in the end times people would make what is forbidden seem normal, and among those things would be music and instruments of entertainment. Sahih al-Bukhari. Why? Because they numb the soul, they take you away from remembrance, they make the heart restless, chasing rhythm instead of peace. Think about it. When Quran is played, your heart softens. But when loud worldly music fills the house, your heart hardens. When you recite Allah's words, angels draw near. But when the lyrics speak of lust, pride or rebellion, angels depart and Shaitan takes their place. Slowly you begin to feel uneasy, impatient, even angry for no reason. You can't focus in prayer. Your family argues more. Your nights feel heavy. These are signs that your home is losing its spiritual purity. And it's not only music. Many people keep symbols of evil without realizing their meaning. Skulls, demonic faces, dark masks, or items from cultures that glorify death or witchcraft. These are not decorations, they are spiritual pollutants. Even if you don't believe in their power, the energy they carry has meaning in the unseen. Shaitan loves symbols that represent fear, rebellion, and darkness. So when they exist in a Muslim's home, it's as if you've left a door open for him to walk in freely. Ask yourself, does my home reflect remembrance or distraction? Does it feel light or heavy? When you walk inside, do you feel closer to Allah or further away? These are questions of the heart. A believer's home should echo the Quran, not the echoes of entertainment. It should display verses that guide, not symbols that confuse. If you have musical instruments or dark symbolic items in your home, it's time to cleanse that space. Don't throw them away in anger. Dispose of them respectfully. Donate your instruments to educational causes if they're used for learning neutral music, or recycle them, but don't let them sit in your home gathering dust and negative energy. Replace them with something better. Hang the beautiful names of Allah. Place a Quran where music once played. Fill your home with recitation, not rhythm, with dhikr, not noise. And watch how your environment changes. The atmosphere becomes calmer. Family members become more patient. You start feeling peace where once there was anxiety. Even your sleep feels lighter because your soul finally rests in a space where Allah's name is honored. Remember, Shaitan was the first to use sound to misguide people. The Quran says, and incite whoever you can among them with your voice. Surah Al-Isra 17 to 64. The Quran, that voice includes anything that takes you away from truth, including music that feeds the ego instead of the spirit. So be cautious. Don't let Shaitan decorate your home with his tools. The beauty of a Muslim home is not measured by its style, it's measured by its serenity. When you remove what displeases Allah and fill that space with remembrance, your home transforms. It becomes a place where angels descend, where prayers are answered, and where your heart finally feels light again. So walk through your home today. Look at the shelves, the walls, the corners. Ask yourself, does this bring me closer to Allah or further away? If the answer is further, then it's time to let it go. Because no sound, no symbol, no decoration is worth losing the presence of angels and the peace that comes with them. 5. Old gifts from people with bad intentions. My dear brothers and sisters, not every gift that comes your way is a blessing. Some carry invisible burdens. We often believe that gifts are always good because they're wrapped with smiles, kindness, or celebration. But Islam teaches us to look deeper beyond appearances. The Quran reminds us that envy, hasad is real, and the evil eye is real. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, the evil eye is true, and if anything could overcome the divine decree, it would be the evil eye. Sahih Muslim. Sometimes the darkness that creeps into your home doesn't come through the door, it comes through a gift. How often have you noticed this pattern? Someone gifts you something, a decorative piece, jewelry, clothing, or even furniture, and soon after, things begin to change. You start arguing more, you feel heaviness in your home, your health begins to weaken, your sleep is disturbed, all blessings you once had start disappearing. It's not coincidence, it's energy. The evil eye and bad intentions can travel through objects because Shaitan uses them as vehicles to spread envy and discontent. When a person gives a gift with jealousy in their heart, that object carries traces of their inner state. They might smile, but deep down they wish they had what you have. their unspoken envy attaches itself to that item. And when you bring it home, you also bring the emotional residue of that jealousy. Suddenly, the peace that once surrounded your home starts to fade, and you can't explain why. Islam teaches us to be cautious, not paranoid. The Prophet ﷺ did not forbid accepting gifts. He encouraged generosity, but he also taught us to purify and protect ourselves from unseen harm. This means that whenever you receive a gift, especially from someone whose intentions you're unsure about, recite Bismillah before bringing it inside your home. If possible, read Ayatul Kursi and Suratul Falaq and An-Nas over it. These verses act like a shield, burning away any unseen harm that might cling to the object. But what about the old gifts already sitting in your house, the ones that feel off? Perhaps every time you look at that vase, that ring, that photo frame, something inside you feels uneasy. Don't ignore that feeling. The soul is more aware than the mind. If your heart senses that an object brings heaviness or misfortune,